And you're like, oh, I'm not gonna sit.
Like on the shore?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, my grandpa, he went on a dog walk. He had this little terrier. She was a fat thing. Like, she was big.
Yeah.
But, so he was walking her, and I guess an alligator came up to attack. She chased him off.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it, like, was more scared of her than...
That is scary.
Yeah.
We do have bears up there. They don't always come down. If you're
Yeah.
further up the lake, they're more likely to run into them. Because, again, there's less people.
Yeah.
There's also cougars, and again, don't run into
fun.
those too much. Yeah. There's mountain goats if you go far enough.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, we've seen some a few times going up on the ferry out to
Yeah.
Stehekin at the very end of the lake. But you don't see them too often.
Are they like the stereotypical white ones?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our high school mascot.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they're all fluffy
Yeah.
and cute, but you gotta be careful with those too. But
Just-
not so much in the Cascades,
Yeah.
because that's where they're supposed to be from. But if you go hiking out in the Olympic Mountains, you should be scared
Oh,
because they were planted up there. They're not naturally there
Oh,
because there's not enough salt for them. They need salt to be healthy. And the Cascade Mountains naturally have salt minerals,
Yeah.
like in the rock, so they can lick the rocks and be fine.
Yeah.
But that's not the case for the Olympic Mountains. So they
Interesting.
attack hikers.
Oh,
Because
because of
they-
sweat?
Their sweat and their pee. If you're peeing out in the Olympic Mountains, you got to be careful because they will like literally hunt you down to lick your pee.
God. Yeah. Well, good to know.
Yeah.
If you pee, you run.
Yeah. Literally. Make sure you go pee before you go on a hike. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. Just thinking of mountain goats. Have you ever seen Hoodwink?
Yeah, that was like
I
my favorite
love it.
show as a
I love
kid.
it. Nobody seems to know that show.
I know a lot of people don't. It was literally, not even joking, my favorite show growing up.
Mine
Or
too.
movie, not show.
Yeah, it was my favorite movie too.
That's funny. Not
I was like, I love this.
It was so good.
Yeah. It just reminds me of that crazy goat.
The Be Prepared Go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a great movie.
Yeah, it was. I should find out. I don't even know where you watch it
I
anymore.
pirated it.
You did?
online. Yeah.
I think we have the DVD.
Yeah, we do too. I think it might be Super Scratch because I watched it a million times. But I found it online. I can't remember what the website was, but I was like, Hoodwinked free.
Yes, please.
And then I found it, and then basically just don't click anything, and you're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. It's funny that you watch it so many times you think it's Scratch. My sister, so I don't know if I told you, but she had cancer and stuff when she was big. So when she was in the hospital all the time, she would watch Mamma Mia. And it was like the hospital version, like, disc of Mamma Mia.
Oh, yeah.
She broke it.
Really? There's
It
so many.
stopped working.
There's so many movies we have at my house that we used to watch all the time as kids that are just super scratched. Hoodwinked is probably one of them. Spirited Away is another one. Open Season, both 1 and 2.
I love Open Season.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's another one too.
Yeah.
Probably Spirit. There's
Like the
that
horse?
movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that movie.
That's a good one. Disney Plus has. I think, yeah.
I haven't watched that one in a long time. It always makes me sad.
Yeah.
When Rain gets shot,
Mm,
I always would cry.
yeah. Yeah. There's some good movies that, like, nobody remembers.
Yeah. I was watching a few. I watched When Dixie the other night. I used to love that movie as a kid.
That movie makes you cry.
I know, me too. Me too. Yeah. That was, I think, when you were gone last week. I watched that.
Yeah.
And I watched The Princess and the Frog, which that was pretty well known. But
Yeah. That's a good movie. You know what I like that nobody seems to like or know is Milo and Otis, that cat and pug.
Oh, did you know like so many animals died when they watched that movie? Yeah, I still love that movie too as a kid. But again, like, I think like so many of the cats died.
Yeah.
Like especially in the shot where they've got the little cat in the box going down the river. Like a lot of cats died while they filmed that. But yeah, I still love that movie too as a kid. That and like Homeward Bound. I still love Homeward Bound. Which again, I think that was the same situation. I think a few of the cats died while they filmed that as
Or
well.
Old Yeller.
Old Gallery, yeah, I haven't watched that one in a long time.
That I know is on Disney.
Is it? Oh yeah, you're right, it is. I haven't watched that one since I was probably like 6.
Oh god.
So I'm like scared to watch it because I know the dog dies at the end. But
I mean, yeah, it's a known thing.
yeah, I wouldn't. I just need a reference to Old Gallery in my story. My friend and I, we gave our dogs pet cups and they had like froth
I
on the
saw
sides
the
of their
picture.
mouth. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, feral.
Yeah, they have like froth all over the sides of their mouth. So I was like, just call them Cujo and All Yeller, you know. But Yeah, I used to love those like anime movies growing up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another one, like Beethoven. I like the
yeah.
Beethoven movies.
I haven't seen Beethoven.
Yeah, or Fluke. Did you watch Fluke? Not many people know that one.
I've heard of it. I don't remember if I've watched it.
That
Somebody
one
else was
really
talking about
sad.
it. Really?
Yeah, basically it's about a man who has a family and he dies and gets reincarnated as a dog
Yes,
and
that
goes
one.
through all
I've
this
seen that
awful
one.
shit and then eventually finds his family again.
Yeah, isn't that the lab? He's like a lab or chocolate lab or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. He looks like I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah.
I think he's an Irish setter. Because he's like
Oh,
red
that's right,
and he's
right.
got kind of long fur. He
Yeah.
could be just kind of a red looking golden retriever.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Oh yeah, it's the golden one. I was thinking of a different one where, yeah, they made I think a spin off of that with a lab.
Oh, did they?
I think so. Yeah.
The biggest thing that bothered me about Fluke is that the mom was like clearly a border collie, but then she has like an Irish setter puppy.
Yeah.
I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Because you see the mom, and it's
Yeah.
like so sad.
Oh.
She gets taken away. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
really sad movie. And then there's like that old dog too. I think he ends up dying. He gets like shot or something.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
His friend, and I'm like, oh my god.
I wonder if you can watch that. I haven't seen that one
I
since
think
I
that
was
was
like
on Disney
young.
Plus too.
I'll have to look at
I
that.
feel like I saw it somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh my god, I need to watch that. I haven't seen that since I was a little kid. And that was like a movie that I love. Yeah, you should look if it's on there. Fluke's a good one.
Yeah.
I love that his name's Fluke too. I love that for him.
It's, yeah.
I'm trying to think of another like weird, obscure animal movie I used to watch growing up. These were ones that I watched a lot at my Grammy's house. I don't know if my parents would have let me watch them because they're so like traumatic and sad. You know?
Nope. The first thing that comes up is Flubber. I love that movie.
Flubber. Is that like a whale one?
No, it's this with the
Oh.
Robin
I
Williams.
don't think I've seen that one. I watched a movie with
Yeah.
Robin Williams like a couple of nights before I broke up with Lucas.
Oh.
It was like,
Oh, this one's so good, Frankenweenie.
I
It's
haven't
very
seen-
creepy, but it's really good.
I haven't seen the original one, but I have
Oh.
seen the claymation one.
Oh yeah, that one's good too.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepier, but
The original?
yeah.
I bet.
No, the claymation one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a little creepy.
It is kind of creepy, but
Yeah.
I didn't know it was like original movie, like an actual like real life one for like the longest time.
Really?
I thought, yeah.
Yeah. That's the one I watched first, and then I watched the claymation.
Yeah, I've never seen the original one.
You know what movie scared me when I was younger was Paranorman. I don't know why. That one just scared me.
How old are you?
18.
You're 18, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was a little bit older when I watched it. I wasn't very scared of it.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, it's got some parts that are like kind of spooky, but like one of my favorite movies growing up was like Spirited Away, and that shit was scary.
I haven't seen that.
It's really good. I think you can watch HBO Max or it's Hulu, one of the H
I think it's
ones.
Hulu. I think I've seen it on Hulu.
It's good, very good.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm a big. I love Studio Ghibli. Where was I? I was somewhere the other day, and they had Studio Ghibli music. Oh, it was yesterday when I was at Starbucks with my friend with the dogs, and they had the Howl's Moving Castle song playing in the background, and I was like, oh, Studio Ghibli.
You're like, I know this.
Yeah, but I did watch a lot of like scary things, like Coraline. I used to love that movie.
I
as
haven't
a
seen that
kid.
one either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That one's really
Or The
good.
Corpse is Bride. I haven't seen that.
I just watched that one for the first
Really?
time
Is it
this
good?
Halloween time. It's okay.
Yeah.
I like Coraline way better. But it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like just kind of an interesting concept. It's not a very long movie either. It's really short. I think it's less than an hour long. It's like 50 something.
Interesting. Yeah.
So it's kind of short.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know. Tim Burton used to scare me.
I watched Edward Scissorhands for the first time in its entirety. When was that? I think over winter break or something.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It was a good one. Yeah, I thought that one.
My sister, she's like, let's watch this. I was like,
Yeah, I've always liked scary movies though.
Yeah.
So. Well, not so much when I was like a little kid, obviously. I mean, I still
Yeah.
liked kind of like the weird things like Spirited Away and Coraline and
I was never into scary movies.
Halloween movies. No one in my family is a big fan
Yeah.
of scary movies, but they like classic movies, and we would watch like scary stuff around Halloween time. But
Yeah.
that wasn't like that scary. That was like Poltergeist, or
I feel like I told that.
you
but-
definitely have. It's a very iconic, well-known movie
Yeah.
from the 80s.
Oh, okay.
It's basically where the house is haunted and the little girl gets sucked into the TV,
Oh, that
um,
one.
and like all that kind of stuff with like kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like E.T. I used to love E.T.
Oh,
growing
E.T.'s
up.
so good.
Yeah. Pet Cemetery. That one's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, that one is. That one. I did not like that one.
It's fucked up. Did you watch the old one or the new one?
I think the old one. Yeah, Box Trolls. Have you seen that?
I actually haven't. I know like some stuff about it. I've watched like movie reviews of
That
it.
one I actually kind of liked.
Did you?
Yeah.
That one is not, I don't think that one is. What's
It's
his
a-
face though? What's his name?
I don't think it's Tim Burton.
I don't think it's Tim Burton, and it's not Wes Anderson, which those are the two biggest
it's a
like
claymation
claymation.
though.
Yeah. It's the same people that made Kubo, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah, and The Missing Link. I think it's that person, whoever that is.
Well, speaking of the missing link, Monsters vs. Aliens. That was a good movie.
I think
That
that's
was
a
a
very
good
forgotten movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one was good. I used to like that one.
Yeah.
I thought it was goofy.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like Megamind.
Oh,
Like
that's
the
a good one.
villain looks so similar.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a big
I
blue
wonder if it was
alien,
the same animator.
I don't know. I just every once in a while I think back to the scene with President playing like the keyboard in front of the giant robot.
I always found that so weird. Like,
I did
why?
too. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? I mean, that was a little
imagine
like
if that
cool
was
though.
our president.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I was like, wait, hold up.
But
Yeah.
I think that was the whole point, is that the president was supposed to be like incompetent, and then there was like the military people that were like, we've got these 8 monsters to fight these aliens.
Yeah. Gosh, somewhere they probably have that.
Monsters vs. Aliens.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do somewhere. It's not a super well-known movie. I feel. There's like certain movies that go through in time that are like kind of big at the moment, but then everyone forgot about them. Like Open Season,
Yeah.
or like Madagascar.
I've seen all of them.
I think I've seen all of those.
Yeah.
Unless there's like a new one that came out recently.
I don't think
Last
so.
one that came out was like the circus one, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think that was
And I
the
did
last
watch that one, but I only watched that one once. I think once or twice.
Yeah.
I like the original, and I like the one where they go to Africa.
Mm.
So those are the ones that I had growing up.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Open Season. Like I liked the
one
first one and the
two.
second one, because the second one had all the dogs on it, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, the dog army.
Yeah, literally.
Oh.
I rewatched that one, and the humor is so bad. Like it's actual fucking garbage. The first one
Yeah.
I'm sure is good, but whenever they do like the second, like the sequels, they're never as good.
Yeah.
That's not always true. I mean, you look at Shrek, and I feel like all the
Shrek,
sequels are
all
really
of
good
it's
with Shrek. Yeah.
The new Puss in Boots, I think, teased another either Shrek or new Puss in Boots with Shrek.
Yeah,
So
I heard
I'm
about
like,
that. I still need to watch New Puss in Boots, but it costs money.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll look at it.
Oh, Over the Hedge. Have you seen that one?
I haven't watched it one since I was like really young.
Gosh, I love that one.
My cousin used to like that one.
Yeah.
So I watched it. I'm pretty sure the only times I've ever watched it were at his house. And I think he had like the PS4 game as well.
There was a game.
Or not PS4, it wasn't PS4. I think it was PS2 or something.
Yeah.
And I remember he had the game too, and I used to watch him play the game because he didn't know how to share because he's a young child. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, ones like that for sure.
Just the old movies with horrible humor.
Yeah,
Those
like,
are good.
just like literally.
Yeah. It kind of feels weird saying they're old movies, but they're old
It
movies.
does. It does feel weird because I remember when they were coming out. And
Yeah.
there was like a lot of hype around them. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember begging my mom for the disc. I'm like, please.
Um,
Of any of them.
oh yeah. Yeah, I remember when How to Train Your Dragon came out, and I was
my
like, yes,
gosh.
I need to see it, and I
Yeah.
got it. I was like, yes. I was also
love it.
another movie I was obsessed with as a kid was Young Guns. That, do you know that
I've
movie?
seen it.
It's like from the 80s. But the first time I saw it, I was like a kid, and I was like, this is a new movie. This movie just came out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is
See,
relevant.
I thought
Little did
the
I
same
know it
thing
was
on
from the
the
80s. Oh, really?
And I thought Mia was new, and I'm like, oh, hey.
Yeah, literally.
This is new.
So I watched Top Gun, and I was like, this is new. And then the main character guy, I was like, oh, he's cute. He's the same guy from like Breakfast Club, and what else is he in?
Top Gun's good.
He's in Top Gun. I haven't seen Top Gun. I know it's like super well known. Obviously, it's another like famous 80s one that everyone's into. And then they just made the new one.
Yeah. Both of those were good.
Are they?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been picking like action.
Oh. See, my dad, he loves the fighter pilot.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Yeah.
My grandpa was a pilot. for like a really long time. He was in the Air Force,
Yeah.
and then he was also a pilot. Or no,
Yeah.
he wasn't in the Air Force. He was actually in the Navy, but he flew. He was a pilot. When he was...
Navy has pilots. That's what Top Gun is.
Yeah,
The
that's what I thought. So yeah, I think he was in the Navy and he was a pilot, and then he worked for Boeing doing like pilot engineer. So you know, on like airplanes where the wing goes up like that at the end, he's the one who like invented that.
Oh, okay.
And he was also the first person ever to fly a what is it? I want to say like F-150, but that's the truck. The Boeing.
14. Wait, are we talking like the
Boeing,
jets?
no, like the airplanes, like the Boeing. It's the basically the common plane that if you're traveling from one place to another place, it's probably that kind of plane that you're on. He's the first person to ever fly one because he was like a test pilot.
Sounds scary
to check
cool.
like the safety. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did all that kind of stuff, and then he was a private pilot for a while. So he has flown Arnold Schwarzenegger. He has flown Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
And all kinds of other famous people. So
that's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah, I know my grandpa. He flew in Vietnam. He was Air Force.
Oh.
And then he became private pilot.
Yeah.
I don't know who he flew though. Like if he flew famous people or not.
Yeah.
But
well, my grandpa is low-key a narcissist, so he likes to talk about himself.
Yeah, my grandpa would never tell me anything.
Yeah, he likes to talk about himself a lot. I had to write a paper before of like, I can't remember what it was about, but just like, we were basically learning to interview people, so that's what it was. It was an interview, but I had to write about something. Yeah. And he had like this whole experience with like at this training camp thing that a lot of military people go to. I can't remember what it's called.
The boot camp or whatever.
It wasn't a boot camp.
Oh.
I mean, it was like part of boot camp, I think, but it was like a survival. What it is it's the training that people do so that if they're like kidnapped, they can withhold information. So they can withhold information.
The torture, basically.
Escape, being able to like go through all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So it's basically training for that, and he like told me the experience of that whole thing. That was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done a lot of incredible things. He's like, he was an engineer. He can like build anything. He's a painter. He can paint. He's an incredible artist. Yeah. He's like a super talented, super smart, incredible person. He's just an asshole. Yeah. Like, I can't, like, I don't want to knock him too. I mean, he's the one who paid for my drawing tablet and everything. Yeah, that's awesome. So, you know, he's done all these, like, super incredible things. Yeah. But he is just...
Yeah, there's some good people with some asshole sides.
Literally. He's just a very unpleasant person to be around. Yeah. But, you know, what can you do? He's like the only grandpa that I have too. Oh, really? Because, yeah, the one on my dad's side, he passed away before I was born. So I just got this guy, and he lives in the same town as I, and I still see him like once or twice a year. Oh. So him and my mom don't get along super well, probably because he's a narcissist. So, yeah. Growing up with a narcissist is never fun. No, he's a very interesting person. Basically, what you gotta do is when you're around him, you just gotta smile and nod and be like, "Oh yes, tell me more about your life." Yeah, I totally haven't heard this story 100 times. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Sounds fun. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. What can you do?
Yeah, no, I wish my grandpa told me stories, but...
You've got a lot of interesting stories. Yeah. It's just a lot of them you can tell he's lying.
No. Over-exaggerating.
That totally happens. Yeah, exactly. And my Nana has said it as well, because they're divorced. And she's like, yeah, he's not always honest. And he, like, tries to write things off like he's in the right. Like, there's so many stories of, like, my grandma, like, talking about sailing with him, and he's, like, being a complete asshole and yelling at her, but he tries to play it off like, I was trying to teach her something. And I'm like, how are you going to teach her something when you're just yelling at her? Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah. You know, it happens.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Absolutely nothing. You just smile and nod.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
Ooh. You got a goldfish on my plate.
You're the one that threw it.
Thanks, boy.
Yeah, you did.
Be back.
Have fun.
Thanks.
Hmm.
Did I leave paint up there?
Huh?
Did I leave paint up there?
You told me to put it all back.
Okay. No, that's fine.
I tried putting it as close to the front as possible, but
It's okay. Oh, it's over here. Never mind.
good job, buddy.
These are such weird panels.
They are weird. They're like fabric.
Yeah. I mean, they did a good job at soaking things up, but it's very weird. Like a high quality shit. This is coming up my mouth. I was like second guessing this painting as I was going. I don't know how good this is gonna be. I don't know. It's yeah, I was like, I don't know what this is. I kept going back and forth.
Yeah, I be like that sometimes.
Yeah. I love the stained glass part. It's so pretty. My mom found a kit in Michael's where you can do stained glass stuff. You just need like the soldering.
I was gonna say, it's a lot of materials you have to buy. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta be able to the glass cutter, and I imagine the glass is probably
Well,
pretty expensive.
the kit comes with pre-cut glass and stuff.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah.
You gotta make your own original. I mean, it's a good start though.
Yeah, and she says she likes it.
Oh, she does it?
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah. I think if I had the space, I would get into it. I see a lot of really cool stainless designs on it.
I know.
I
I want to learn how to paint stained glass. Like, you know how people paint and it looks like stained glass? I want to learn how to do that.
I'm what I like to call a hobby hoarder
No, same.
because I'm unhappy with just being able to do one thing. I am like the definition of a jack of all trades and master of none. Like
Yeah.
that saying is about me directly, specifically.
Yeah, I think it's about me too. Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of an ADHD thing for me.
Really?
Yeah. Because you just get different hobbies to satisfy your needs.
That makes sense. I've heard of that happening.
Yeah.
I don't think I have ADHD. I just like
No, it's
I
not
like to know how to do many things, and I'm like, I've done it. I've drawn for a long time. I've painted for a long time.
Yeah.
I want to try something new. So then
Yeah.
I try some like weird new shit. Like
That's how I got into knitting and crochet.
yeah, same. That's how I got into crocheting.
Yeah.
And what's the other thing I do? I don't even know.
Sewing.
Sewing. Oh yeah, sewing. I got into sewing. I would do clay sculptures.
Yeah, I want to get back into clay. I used to do clay.
I'm not very good at it. I did ceramics in a class once as well, but I hate the pottery wheel.
Oh, really?
Pottery
See, I
wheels.
wanna learn how to do it.
Stupid. It's so annoying. I mean, it's fine, but it's centering. It's really annoying. If you don't get it
I would
perfectly
imagine,
centered, it's very obnoxious. I mean, I've made a lot of things in that class. I made an ocarina that was shaped like an armadillo. Pretty cool.
I saw somebody make like a platter that holds like different dips, and then underneath, there's a bread tray. I was like, and it's in the shape of like a banana.
Oh,
It's really like, I want that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I see all these cool things. I made because my grandpa's a painter.
Yeah.
I made like a cup to put water in, and then it's got like a octopus tentacle coming out, so it holds a paintbrush.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. I made that for my grandpa, and I made an artichoke because I love artichokes. And that is my like favorite thing I've made. It was supposed to be something with like a few little balls on the inside
Yeah.
to like be able to rattle it like a, you know, that was the goal of the assignment. My balls never got unstuck. They got stuck to the inside, as they do. And so the professor was like, "Oh, just like hit it on the table a few times." Didn't work. It didn't break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it didn't break, but it didn't work. Didn't get it unstuck. So, but it was still his favorite, and he still wanted to display it in an art case. It's like out in the cafeteria, and I was like, "Fuck you! I didn't even do the right design. Like, I didn't even accomplish the goal."
Yeah.
But I'm still the favorite. But what it was is my paint job turned out really good because I used 2 different kinds of greens. I kind of did like a cool like swirly kind of design. Like I didn't do the swirly design, but like the reaction between the 2 paints kind
Kind
of
of
did
like a
that.
dirty pour.
And then yeah, I did a pretty good job sculpting it as well. So I gave it to my mom, but she fucking. I made this other bowl that's like really fucking ugly, and I hate it. And she always puts it inside that bowl, and I get so mad because I'm like, don't put it in that bowl. The bowl's ugly.
I made an alligator in, I think, 5th grade ceramics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it did not turn out good, and my
Oh.
sister displays it proud.
You know, I made like a wolf as well, and that one was kind of boring. I made it when I made the ocarina because I was like, oh, maybe I can make a wolf ocarina so it looks like a wolf's howling.
Yeah.
So if I connect to like the tail or something, I can like put it up and you know that. But it was way too complicated because ocarinas are like kind of flat shape.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just gonna do an armadillo. So he's like laying on his belly, you know. And that one turned out, and it does whistle, but it's not like a great whistle,
You know,
but it does whistle.
for trying things.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think. Did I make anything else interesting? Oh, I made like a skull. That was cool, actually. And that one's displayed in the house. We've got it hanging on the wall. Funny thing is, you know, I look at it now and I'm like, it's so anatomically incorrect. I wasn't looking at anything specific. I was looking mostly at like a deer kind of skull. So that's like the inspiration. So it doesn't have like the teeth or anything. Like it doesn't have any teeth, but it should be like in the back jaw area.
Oh, okay.
But it's got like the kind of deer type nose.
Yeah.
And I fucked up because the way the eye sockets are like on the top of its head. instead of like
It's a
facing.
water
Yeah, so
creature.
it's not facing forward like some kind of predator. It's not to the side. It's like the sockets are like on the top of their head, you know? Yeah, like an alligator. So I'm like, this is just some cryptid. That's all. And he walks with his head down, so he's like looking at you that way. I don't know. So that one's cool. I think
That'd be
that's
kind of scary.
yeah, literally. And then I had this like red paint. Well, so it's the glaze is like if you put it on thick enough, it turns like red. But if it's not, it's kind of a brown color. So
Yeah.
it's kind of cool for like really artistic kind of ceramics. So like if you're doing like like pottery type stuff, it makes something kind of interesting. But if you're trying to get a right color, it doesn't always work. Because if you don't get it thick enough, it doesn't do that.
Yeah.
So I did it on this because on red it'll like look like I don't know, blood or something. Right? So I put it on top, and it just turned brown. So it looks like he's got like a little hairdo on the top of his head, and it like pooled into his eyes as well. Where it pooled into his eyes, it got a little bit red because it got kind of thick there. But yeah, it didn't work for her.
That sounds awesome. My mom would display something like that.
Yeah.
She'd be like, "Oh, my baby made it."
Yeah, it's. I think she's got it mounted on the wall somewhere. Because the prompt was basically like to make a mask, and so you like crumple up paper underneath, and then you put the clay on top of it, so it's like kind of hollow on the inside. And I was like, oh, there's like a cool like animal, like Wendigo skull or something. That was like my goal. I made some horns for it too out of like foam. That turned out really cool, but I got lazy. So I never put it on.
Yeah.
And they're like goat kind of horns, so like curled back.
Yeah.
But
That's cool. Yeah, my dad has a paper mache kind of mask like that, but it's like an authentic. He got it when he was deployed over by Vietnam and stuff.
oh yeah.
Um,
Is it like their what do they call it? Oni? Like an oni? Like the demon? Well, that wouldn't be Vietnam. That'd be
It
Japanese. But
I think it was Japanese one.
Oh.
I don't know. He got it from somebody. I don't remember how he said got it. But it's like lion face that has like a tusk there.
yeah, that would be like the oni kind of look where they've got like the tusk. And a lot of times they're red. You know that like emoji that there is like that red emoji that's like the snarling kind of face? That's an oni. I think.
Yeah,
I'm
it
no.
looked like that.
Yeah. But yeah, those are really cool designs. I like the way they did the teeth. That'd be fun. I should make something like that. I like paper mache too. I made although I've had some traumatic experiences. Yeah, I've been saving paper. Like specifically for paper mache. That's all it is flour, water, paper. That's literally it. For yeah, you can do it with glue too. That works as well. But I was like, I'm for flour and water.
Yeah.
But the problem is, my dog at the time really, really likes bread. Paper mache smells just like bread.
Yeah.
So-
Like flour.
Yeah, exactly. So I was trying to make Cashmere a demodog costume. And what I did is I got like a dog cone and I cut it so it had like the petal shapes.
Yeah.
And then I was covering it in paper mache to give it some texture,
Yeah.
and kind of like warp it a bit more. I did it twice, and 2 of the times my other dog ate it. Like, obviously he can't eat the plastic,
Oh yeah.
but he ate all the paper off, and he like left dents inside the plastic, which is like not a big deal when you're doing a monster.
Yeah.
But I gave up because I was like, every fucking time I do this, I have to restart, and it's so annoying. And so, what I did is I gave up on that. I just sewed it instead with I think felt. I sewed it with felt. It actually turned out really well.
That's cool.
But the problem was that because I had wire on the inside, so it would hold its shape. The wire started to stick out, which isn't good when it's on her neck. Yeah, exactly like a bra. So I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. But then, it turned out pretty cool. I'll show you a picture.
Yeah.
So she just wore it for a little bit, and then it started to fall apart. But yeah, the paper mache does not work. I want to get some paper mache mushrooms that I can not toadstool mushrooms, but like there's no pictures on there, but like the cooked mushrooms, the ones that are like on the side of the wall.
Yeah.
I want to make some so that I can like melt them on the wall. Yeah, exactly. What's that doing? Oh.
I've seen people sell those. That'd be cool to make.
Yeah, I don't know how I can sew it. I feel like the problem with doing that is it doesn't look as it doesn't look as real. I could definitely do with paper mache, no problem.
Yeah.
But
I've seen like paper mache materials in the bookstore. Oh, that looks so cool.
and the teeth were like there's like this certain kind of plastic you could like buy that and you put it in hot water and you can mold it around.
That's kind of what this is.
Yeah, it's kind of like a similar kind of material. But I ended up making it too sharp so I could cut the ends off because it was like poking her.
Yeah. She's like, Mom, that's very
Yeah. So what if we should just
Yeah, that's cute.
yeah, really fun to make. I can't remember what I had it attached to, maybe it was on a collar or something.
Yeah. Does she willingly wear clothes, or is she like, do I have to?
She's pretty willing with anything. I guess it's the same picture, she's just sitting pretty.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, mine would never. They'd be like, get this off.
She's really tolerant. She'll basically let me do whatever I want, but she doesn't love it. She's got like rec specs. Have I sent you a picture of that before?
I think so.
They're like goggles, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
All
cool
these
picture.
cute goggles. So I've got a sticker. I made a drawing of it, so I have a sticker of them. I think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen it. Yeah.
You know, and that's like one of the things she has the biggest issue with. Like she'll wear it, but after a while she'll like kind of stop and try to fall out, which is really annoying because like I don't use that often. I pretty much we were ATVing when we were doing that, so I had her wearing it for that because she was in the very back and darts getting flipped up in her eyes. Yeah, and a few times we had her running alongside, so I didn't want like rocks to come up and hit her in the eye. You know, so for stuff like that, I use it.
That's cool.
Or if we were to go skiing and it were sunny, I would do it because the way it reflects off the snow. But yeah, but she doesn't like it, so.
Yeah, I think.
She doesn't love her boots either, but she doesn't try to take them off. She just like walks kind of funny at first.
Yeah, I think the most tolerant dog was Bella.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, no harness fits a Great Dane, so we had a mouth one.
Oh, the halty.
Yeah.
I started Cash on the halty, but she didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, with a normal dog, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
When you have a service dog, if they're uncomfortable, they're not going to task.
True.
So that was the problem is when she had it on, she wouldn't task. So that's when I moved to the prong, and she liked that so much better. And she was way more comfortable with it. I think it's a great way to introduce a dog. It can become dangerous if you don't introduce it properly, because you can basically give them whiplash. If they're like one of the dogs that like bolt when they see another dog or something, and they run after it, it's gonna whip their head back.
Yeah, I kind of had a 2-leash system, so on the collar,
That's like the best way to introduce it. And once you get good with it, they can like be just with it. So that's like the perfect way to introduce it. If I do train another Swiss dog, I'll probably start with a halty because you don't want to do a prong too young. It's just you've got to take everything really slow. You want to introduce them how to do it with treats, and then you start with the halty, and then if they don't really like it, I'm not a big fan of halties, but just personally, then you know you go to the prong if you feel like the dog needs it, and then once you get past that and they understand what you're talking about, then you can go to the e-collar, which that's really great because. But it's not a good training tool. It's not good for teaching them. It's good for reinforcing what they already know. So, and it's really great for hikes because I fucking hate hiking with a leash because they get all tangled up with you and they want to walk ahead and then they want to walk behind you and then they're tripping other people. Yeah, and it gets under their armpit and it's like so annoying. So I just do the e-collar because then I can let her off and if another dog shows up, I can just call her back. But she would come anyway. But I do it just in case.
Yeah.
Not Cash. And I do it sometimes for like going outings because she knows what it means now. But I don't do a lot of practical tools anymore because now she knows.
Yeah,
She knows now. She's been trained, you know. So every once in a while, if it's like a high stakes kind of thing.
I guess find what the dog's most comfortable with.
Exactly, that's the whole thing. Whatever works for you and your dog, that's what's important. If you just want to use a harness, just use a harness as long as you're using it safely.
Yeah.
If you just want to use a halty, just use a halty as long as you're using it safely. You know? Whole thing is just do your research.
Yeah.
That's all. Because anything could be harmful. I mean,
Even just like the collar itself.
I was gonna say more dogs have problems with just a flat collar than any dogs do with a prong collar.
Yeah.
Certainly with an e-collar. E-collar, worst thing that's gonna happen is they're gonna get pressure sores if you leave it on too long, you know, because it's kind of tight on them. I mean, my chocolate lab used to pull on the leash all the time, and he had issues with his throat the rest of the time. A lot of dogs' tracheas will collapse because they're pulling on the collar. If you use a front clip harness, you know, the harnesses that are like straight in the front and have a clip on the middle, those cause a lot of issues for dogs because as they're walking, they're being pulled to the side, which is how they work to keep the dog from pulling. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily keep them from pulling, it just kind of pulls them to the side, right? But it messes up with their gait and it causes issues with their shoulder. So you'll see dogs that grew up walking like that, their shoulders are kind of together. And when they walk, their gaits are really messed up because they're walking with their back legs, not with their front, where a dog normally is leading with their front, back following, so they're leading with their back, and the front is just kind of there. Yeah. So it kind of messes with their gait, which can cause hip issues because they're relying more on their hips and those kind of things. So, you know, there's a lot of people, and like the same thing with the head halter. There are a lot of trainers, especially service dog trainers, they don't want to get in trouble because a lot of people are very anti-fawn collar. And so they just do the halty because they're like, it looks better for their reputation.
And then people think it's a muzzle too. They don't realize that.
Yeah, a lot of people do think it's a muzzle, which is kind of a good thing with a service dog because it keeps people away.
True.
You know?
But yeah, no, they were always like, oh, why are you muzzling your dog? What's the problem? But I think one, if I wanted to muzzle my dog, there would be a reason. And two, I have a fucking business.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't matter. Even if the dog wasn't muzzled, a lot of people muzzle their dogs. I mean, it keeps them safe, keeps you safe. I mean, what if they're just a shit eater?
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people muzzle their dogs because their dogs will eat shit or like garbage off or rocks. So many dogs eat rocks, so people muzzle their dog on hikes so they don't eat rocks. You know, there's all kinds of different things.
It's like a dog is muzzled, whether it's good or bad.
Exactly. It's just another training tool, and there's nothing wrong with it. I hear a lot of people who do muzzles. A lot of people are like, well, why don't you just train your dog? What do you think I'm doing? Like, what? I'm keeping my dog safe, and you think I should just lock him up in my house all the time? Like,
no thanks.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's how you hurt a dog more than you.
Exactly. You're not helping the dog at all, and you're keeping them safe while training. You're keeping other people safe while training. If the problem is that the dog is dog reactive, you're keeping both of the dogs safe in that situation. My dachshund, who's very dog reactive, I'm trying to convince my mom to get him a muzzle because he absolutely will bite another dog.
Yeah.
And the problem is if he tries to bite another dog, that other dog will eat him because he's like that tall, you know. So I'm trying to convince her to get a muzzle because he's doing really well with his training. When I've worked with him, I've seen a lot of improvement. But I want something so I know he's not gonna like bite another dog when we're introducing in the house.
Awesome.
Obviously he's still on leash and everything, but things happen, you know, and I don't want him to hurt anybody because that's going to make the situation so much worse and put him back even further.
And I think what people don't realize is that they're animals. Shit happens.
Yeah, I was going to say, shit happens. Yeah. So, you can only do so much. And you just got to do your research. Maze wouldn't understand. He's a cat person. Yeah.
There was a fruit fly that landed on my lips.
Fruit flies go. Oh, you got fruit. Oh, probably your bananas. They're spoiling.
Somebody likes some brown.
Yeah.
They taste better.
They're sweeter, but that doesn't mean they're better.
Yeah.
They're better.
But you guys didn't end up going to Tokyo House, did you?
No, because somebody was too hungry to wait.
And because it was closed.
Open at 12.
They do DoorDash now.
We got coupons. Or not coupons, gift cards.
What, $20 now?
Yeah, I think so. Order DoorDash. There you go. You can be inside and go outside.
And you might want to check. Well, I can check that because I think they're on there too. And Viking Delivery is like cheaper for whatever reason. But I guess then again, you have your discount card on there.
Yeah.
That was not the right place. Oh well, that's fine. Cash! Oh no!
Oh, Father's Delivery as well.
Sushi and pho tonight.
Yeah.
That's a lot of gas.
Not for you. You're banned from anything that causes gas.
That's literally every food on the planet.
I know. I'm already scared because you have onions on your sandwich.
Make you gassy?
Dude, everything makes him gassy. Although, the first and the last time I took him to Indian was...
Indian?
Yeah.
I've only gone out for Indian once. Oh, Tokyo House is on here.
Yeah. No, it was the first and the last. You were lucky you were gone. I just want to say that much.
Damn, I'm glad I was. Was I gone? Where was I?
I think we're at Lucas's.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But no, you consider yourself lucky you were gone. I went over to your corner of that door. I was out.
Dude, kick him
It
out.
was so bad.
You got your own bed.
Yeah. No, even I was gonna kick him in here. I was gonna go to his room.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell his roommate, suck it up, I'm staying in here.
Did you look it up on DoorDash?
I had it down.
Oh, okay. I can look. Talk your house. Well, the delivery fee, they're saying it's cheaper, but DoorDash does all these additional fees.
Mm.
You know what's good? Their katsu. Their chicken katsu is really good.
Yeah, my mom had that.
Oh, yucky soda. That looks good. I might have to get Tokyo House as well for dinner. I'm not hungry at all right now.
I'm not hungry either, but
Just looking, just planning ahead. Oh, they got dragon wings?
Are we the 516 High Street?
516, yeah. 516 High Street. And then you can put Mathis on there. And then there's a little box at the bottom that's like additional ideas. Right above that, there should be a thing where it's like asking, do you want it to be dropped off or do you want them to hand it to you? Make sure to do hand it to you, because if they drop it off, someone else is going to take it.
Yeah.
And then right in that little box, go to the Mathis roundabout and I can meet you at the door.
Okay.
Because otherwise they're going to like be completely lost and not know where to take it. The shrimp temple is really good. Udon. I think it's got like a hyphen.
Something like that. Roundabout is just such a weird word.
Roundabout?
Roundabout.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're about to go around it, so.
Like a cul-de-sac? I grew up with cul-de-sac, not roundabout.
Well,
Kind of thing.
that's kind of, I mean, you could say cul-de-sac. I feel like to me a cul-de-sac was like a neighborhood. And it's,
Well, yeah.
I feel like with a roundabout, it's got like a thing in the middle. If it's got a thing in the middle, it's a roundabout. If it's just like open, then it's a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, I guess I grew up with that.
And typically,
'Cause,
a
like,
cul-de-sac
I don't
is
know
just like a
cul-de-sac.
loop all the way around.
Yeah.
Normally, a roundabout has like multiple different exits. That's not the case for this one or the Nash roundabout.
Yeah, that's why it's like, I don't know if this is a roundabout or a cul-de-sac.
I mean, you can say
People-
either. They probably get the point, honestly. Either way.
Yeah.
I forget cul-de-sacs.
In Texas is where we had them a lot. San Diego too, actually.
Yeah. Ooh, Square Masubi. Oh, that's Poki. Have you had Poki?
No.
If you get Poki, there's 2 Poki places in Birmingham. There's one downtown, and there's one in Fairhaven. The Fairhaven one is better. According to my friends. I'm not a big fan of Poki. I would way rather just have sushi.
Yeah. Which one's Poki?
Poki is Hawaiian sushi. Basically, it's a bowl with rice, raw fish. Well, sometimes I think you can get cooked fish. And then like a choice of a veggie. So sometimes it's like a seaweed mix. Sometimes it's like edamame beans. Sometimes it's like, you know, whatever.
It's like a deconstructed.
Yeah, and it's just all mixed up in a bowl.
$0 delivery fee?
Which one?
Oh, when I first order over $10.
Oh, I see. Do they have... Nigiri? Seahawk rolls. Interesting.
Oh, they have dragon rolls?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
Those are good.
They don't have nigiri. What? Am I just missing it? Weird. Nigiri's the best. And like I said, their chicken katsu is good too. If I get something, I'll probably get that. I was not
the spicy tuna. Oh, that was good.
I'm just always so careful about the rolls because I don't like the seaweed.
Yeah. This is spicy tuna with cucumber.
Are they wrapped in seaweed?
I don't think it was. I think it was rice.
They didn't have seaweed on the inside? Because a lot of the time they'll wrap it in seaweed and then do rice on the outside.
I don't remember. I don't think.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe. Maybe it was.
Sometimes, normally if I'm craving sushi, I'll either get it from Meyer or I'll order from the sushi train place because they do delivery as well and they do all kinds of stuff, including nigiri.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Salmon, avocado, and cream cheese too.
Is it the
Philly rolls?
Oh yeah, because the cream cheese. Because Philadelphia cream cheese brand.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to do my paper.
Just want like one of each roll. That I know that would be like super expensive.
Well, a lot of places will do like a combo.
Yeah.
But so like the place that I really like, my favorite place, they do a combo.
That's cool.
That has like a bunch of different things. And that's so good.
Rivali's gale is now ready.
See, I'm always like cautious with tuna, especially if it's raw. Because you've got like a certain time period from caught to expired with raw tuna.
Well,
Like, I'm always
for
super
it to
cautious.
even be sushi grade, they have to freeze it.
Yeah.
So there's like some people that are like, no, I like my tuna fresh, or my sushi fresh.
Yeah.
You will never have fresh with sushi because if you do, you're gonna get worms and parasites. Like you have to freeze it.
Yeah.
I mean, I prefer salmon anyways,
Salmon's so good.
but
I know, I'm just looking at the salmon roll.
It's just fattier.
Oh yeah. California or something. Or you can experiment and give me something else. Don't give me spicy though.
That's in California. Do you like shark?
Not really.
Really? You know what?
Do they have crab rangoon? Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think they did.
Really? I thought I saw it.
Maybe you could be.
They have edamame.
I'll take it.
You like edamame?
Yeah. Salty peas.
I've never had it.
Edamame?
Yeah.
It's like hairy peas with salt.
That is
It's
a
kind of
horrible
like
description.
it kind of is like a richer pea. Like it feels very like rich.
Yeah.
They're good. That's what they put on poke a lot of the time. I think that's the only time I've had it is on poke.
Yeah, it makes you. It's rich and it makes you feel rich.
It makes you feel full.
That is true.
It's very like, oh my gosh, it's very full. Whoa, my god. Sorry, I just saw something traumatizing.
No. No. Whatever your ass is.
Crab rangoon.
They have pot stickers.
Edamame is
Oh yeah,
fine.
the gyoza is really good. And like I said, their tempura is really good. The shrimp tempura. The bento boxes are kind of nice because they have like a variety of different things.
Yeah.
So if it was like a situation of like you can't decide on what you want, the bento is like a good way to go
Yeah.
because it gives you a little bit of everything.
I think I got the bento. Yeah, I got the bento box. Do you like tuna?
Well, I guess in sushi, I don't know.
The tuna roll.
No, go away.
It's tuna, cucumber, and avocado.
Yep, that works.
Doesn't sound spicy, so.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
It's about salmon, cucumber, avocado. That sounds like stuck in my head all day.
I've had the Kill Bill one which is the one where it's literally like, I think the lyrics are like, I'm gonna kill my ex, and I'm gonna kill his girlfriend too, and I'm like, I feel like it's not a good thing that I'm listening to this, because if someone hears me, they're gonna be concerned, and I'm like, I swear, I don't want to kill him. Just, the song is catchy. It's been popular lately. And every time I hear it, I'm like, it's a banger.
Yeah. It's like, how'd you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I swear, I don't want to kill him. I just like this song.
It's gonna be funny if like you're ordering from them and now we're ordering from them. They're gonna be like, who the fuck wants sushi?
Literally, I'm not gonna order until later.
Yeah, I'm just getting this.
I was gonna say, if we do it at the same time, we could order together and I could just pay you in cash. Because that would probably save money with the delivery fees.
True.
But,
And we got the $3 off. And we got the free delivery over $10.
oh, there you go. Yeah, if we're both hungry at the same time, we can do that.
Do you want this for dinner?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, it's not. I'm still gonna order it and have it for a snack. I think I'm ordering enough for I can't have leftovers, which is amazing because I love leftovers.
Really? I've never been a big leftover person. And I'm like, I don't know how to like stop, so I'm like, I'm just gonna eat it all at once. Honestly, I'm surprised I had leftover pizza when I got pizza the other day. So I was like,
I know, I saw you eating it again. I was like, oh, she got leftovers.
I did, yeah. I had half of it left. And I was like, I need to eat food, because, ugh, I do not feel good.
Yeah. No, there's so many that I just want. I call it like that. I call her like, oh, look, here's more items you can order when I'm looking at this record.
Yeah, literally. It's really annoying. They'll even send you stuff from like other like businesses too, where they're like,
Yeah.
get this from 7-Eleven so they can pick it up on the way, and I'm like, what? Why would I do that?
I always hate how it adds up so fast.
It does. Well, that's the thing with DoorDash that I don't like.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad it's fun though. I forgot about it. Yeah. Well, that's another thing about the Viking food is that they don't really do that. Like, they have the delivery fee, and the delivery fee is often more than DoorDash's,
Yeah.
but, like, they don't do, like, the other shit that, like, adds up.
Well, let's take the picture again. Do I? Hello. Why? I'm trying to take a picture of the plate, but it's not letting me. No. Oh, I already took a picture of it. Okay. We want to do this. Okay.
Yeah.
I told my friends that we have to go get pho this week. So I think we're gonna go on Friday to go get pho.
Yeah.
Because my friends are down in Burnham Wood, and Burnham Wood's like right next to that, so we could probably walk, honestly.
Yeah.
No.
Is she coming up this weekend?
Yeah, she's gonna pick us up.
Oh, that's nice.
After work on Friday.
Nice.
After work on Friday, you don't have work.
Her work, dumbass.
Oh. I was gonna say.
Yes, after my work. My hard work of a final. Or not final.
Hey, it is work. It's work.
Yeah.
It's like a full-time job.
Yeah, exactly. College is hard.
College is.
What are you shaking your head for? You know it's hard. You were just complaining the other day.
Yeah.
You don't think it's fun?
Oh my gosh, okay. I already saw the cutest lamp. It was like, it was on Amazon. Because, you know, just boredom scroll.
Yeah, been there.
Yeah. And it was this bird
Mm-hmm.
that's the lamp, like the light.
Mm-hmm.
And you put it on the pole.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, I want it so bad.
What was it? I
Okay.
saw it. It was like
Big brain.
Instagram or something. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cool, and it like wobbles.
Yeah,
and
I
it
was
looks like a
like,
parrot.
I want it so bad.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yes, I was looking at it. It's like it's magnetic, so that's how it stays on.
Yeah, the problem is
Right.
when you're in a dorm, where do you even put that? If it's like something that's like on the wall,
I feel like there's enough room right here. You could put it.
oh, maybe if it's not very big.
Yeah.
The video I saw it was pretty big. That could be a pretty big.
Well, I feel like this is average for most apartment ceiling heights.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Should be smart.
No. I was thinking about getting it. Saving the money and getting it. Yeah, it was like $100 or $150.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But hey, free shipping.
Hey, well, you know what? That makes it worth it.
Yeah.
I think businesses have caught on to the fact that our generation refuses to buy anything unless the shipping is free. So now they just like jack up the price and they're like, free shipping.
Yeah.
But it's like literally the same price.
Yeah, literally, if you take the shipping, you put it in the actual price of the thing, you say, oh, no shipping, people
Yeah.
buy it more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why if I was ever to sell anything online, I would do that.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not really paying anybody, because you're not paying for shipping, it's just in the price.
Yeah. I feel like I don't do that as much as I used to. I used to be way more particular about it, but now I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Because I'm too lazy to do the math, and I'm like, no, this is cheaper. And the stuff that I sell online, like if I'm doing a drawing, like art commission, then obviously there isn't shipping,
Yeah.
so it's not really a problem. But if I'm doing a vest, then I do charge shipping, because it's fucking expensive.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I mean, I could just add it to the cost for the whole thing, is that the stuff I make is actually really cheap. Especially because I'm a really small shop,
Yeah.
and I'm also like not open right now. Well, I kind of am, but not like fully, because I don't have my embroidery machine. So.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the last one. For today, at
I
least.
want to find a way to sell painting.
You should. You
Fiverr?
can do Etsy. Or you can even do an Amazon shop or an Instagram shop. That's how I do mine, or through Instagram. But I have a pretty, I mean, not huge, but for my market, I have a okay following to promote it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to sell to the average person. I always get a boost when I post my artwork. And then I get a shit ton of people. So if I'm in like a place where I can't take on a bunch of commissions, I don't post the commissions I've been doing. Like I've been doing a lot of commissions lately, not as of late because I've been depressed and I can't do anything.
Yeah.
But before then, I had a bunch of commissions, like 3 different ones, and I didn't post any of them because I was like, I really don't want to do a million right now.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And I still have the best commission I have to finish. I haven't started, but luckily it's my brother's wife, so she can wait.